And Jamar Rivera will stand toe-to-toe to start this one here on the campus of Rockford University.
Concordia coming out in the blue away uniforms with white trim. The Regents, their home gray with purple. Tip is controlled by the Falcons, but
not so fast.
We will tip again.
In the spirit of Super Bowl weekend, is that a false start?
I think that's a good way to appropriate. Did not see a yellow hanky on the floor.
No 5-yard penalty assessed. Falcons control the tip. Jared Jers brings it up into the front court. Lake George, top of the key. Falcons in motion. Post entry, 15 Keller. Shot up and in. Falcons take a 2-0 lead.
Brandon Keller leading the Falcons in field goal percentage this season. Minimum 5 attempts. Someone that can really get going. A season high of 27 points and early 2 here to give the Falcons the 2-0 lead.
Emmerich skip pass over to Shaw. Shaw to Eugene. Far side corner. Gets it into Rivera in the paint. Little floaters up, no good. Rebound, batted around, and finally controlled by Joey Zietlow.
Falcons coming back the other way. You have Jared Jers, the facilitator on offense, getting it down low to Keller once again. Goes up and under, and 4 early points for the Falcons, 4 early points for Keller. We set 4-0.
And you see P.J. Gray kind of looking at the bench like, that's my bad, fellas. He gave up the baseline, and Falcons made him pay. Here's Vincent Eugene, near wing, top of the key, Cavante Shaw. Shaw squares up. Entry pass into Gray. Gray, Emmerich, open 3. In and out for Brandon Emmerich. Rebound pulled down once again by Joey Zietlow. As his pass into the front court is deflected by Emmerich. Brandon's able to save it to Cavante Shaw. Shaw, Rivera working. Cavante pulls it out to Vincent Eugene. Regents didn't quite have numbers.
And who else would it be on the defensive end with the steal? Brandon Emmerich, 9 games with at least 3 steals, but a turnover the other way. Shaw looking for Rivera. It'll be out of bounds back to the Falcons.
Emmerich far and away the leader in steals in the NACC. As we've talked about it many times, Brandon just has a knack for deflections and getting steals on the defensive end. Jared Jers brings it up. Zietlow on the drive, right hand, loses it, and a late whistle called. It's going to be an offensive foul, so Zietlow lost the ball a little out of control on the drive. He gets called for the offensive charge. First team foul against the Falcons.
Love the recognition defensively. You see someone driving to the basket, a little bit out of control, get in position, avoid being in the circle, and a turnover against the Falcons.
Emmerich waiting as the Regents set up the offense. Shaw over to Addison Bodie. Bodie just checked in a minute ago for P.J. Gray. Vincent Eugene on the drive, pulls up, short 2, in and out, no good. Rebound pulled down by Keller. Lake George brings it up for the Falcons. Couple good looks for the Regents here in the early going, just haven't got one to fall. Bodie comes up with the steal. Eugene able to stop the progress of the Falcons, and it's the Regents back the other way. Good ball move in here. Shaw to Eugene to Emmerich. Emmerich post feed to Rivera. Pump fake gets them up and off their feet as Jamar Rivera is able to lay it in, cutting the Falcons' lead to 2. Post entry to Keller, doubled by Bodie for a minute. Rivera guarding, blocks the shot, no call. Regents back the other way. Shaw up ahead to Emmerich, lays it up and in. We're tied at 4.
Defense leads to offense for the Regents. They're the 4th forced turnover here already, less than 3 minutes into this ball game. Coach Riegel has to love that. Missed a couple of great looks offensively, but defense more than making up for it here early on.
Pass into Johnson. He puts it up and in.
24, Jordan Johnson.
Jordan Johnson averaging 17 points a game coming into play today. Cavante Shaw, Emmerich in the corner. Nice job by Jordan Johnson to recover there with the closeout. Cavante Shaw, top of the key. Emmerich in the corner again. They lost him. Open 3 for Brandon. It's good.
Give it to him. Nothing but nylon, and that is something the Regents need here this afternoon. Brandon Emmerich held to just 11 points on Wednesday night, but the early 3. And let's see if he can get going.
Emmerich with 5 points in the first 4 minutes here today. Falcons working on the offensive end. Pass over to Jers. Jers for 3. It's good.
He might be the facilitator offensively, setting up his teammates, but with a season high of 29 points against Coe College, he definitely can get going offensively as well.
And Jers shoots at about 40% from 3 as the lefty hits on that one. 9-7 Falcons, 4 minutes into the first half.
And the Regents doing a great job. The Falcons coming out in what appears to be a matchup zone, finding the open spots, hitting some of those opportunities, and Brandon Emmerich with 5 of the early 7 points for Rockford.
Zietlow guards Cavante Shaw. As Rivera looking for the post entry, not there. Emmerich, open three, top of the key. Why not? You can't leave him open.
No doubt, Brandon Emmerich. And the Regents take their first lead of the game with a 10-9 score over the Falcons.
Back-to-back, Emmerich triples, has the Regents out in front. Here's Zietlow for three, near wing, no good. Rebound pulled down by Cavante Shaw. Regents looking to push the action here. Vincent Eugene avoids the defender, corner to Bodie. Bodie, skip pass, stolen, tipped away rather, and Emmerich had a chance at it. A lot of loose ball action here. It ends up being Regents ball. Emmerich finds Rivera open for two, and a sloppy sequence results in a Regents bucket. Jared Jurst brings it up now, gets the screen, tries to get Emmerich off of him, dumps it down low to Johnson. Johnson baseline, deflected by Eugene, out of bounds off the Regents.
And such active hands by the Regents here early on. 5-6 forced turnovers here already, averaging almost one forced turnover per minute in this ball game. And that'll keep you in a lot of games if you're able to have that type of defensive havoc.
Camden Flowers, 6'3" junior, checks in for the Falcons. Here's another loose ball recovered by the Regents. Vincent Eugene pushing it up ahead. Cavante Shaw, near wing, open three, off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound pulled down by Jurst. Falcons back the other way. Pass up ahead. 24 Johnson. Here's the corner. Zietlow. Back to Johnson. Johnson to the left. Dribble handoff to Jurst. Jurst gets it stripped away by Vince Eugene. Vince all alone as Lake George thought about contesting that one. Decided against it as Eugene lays it up and in. 14-9 Regents, 14.5 to play first half. Lake George, top of the key, guarded by Vince Eugene. As Brandon Emmerich again, number 2, always active for the Regents on the defensive end. And Tyler, he's gotten his hands on a lot of passes here already today.
And that's the Brandon Emmerich that everyone has come to expect. Active hands, deflections, steals, leading to fast breaks. This is a Rockford team that loves to get out and run, get out into the fast break, some early fast break points, playing a huge role for this early lead here over the Falcons.
Ashton Singleton, Nate Shedd, both checking in for the Regents. Nate Shedd coming off a terrific performance on Wednesday night. He dropped 24 in the Regents' loss to the MSOE Raiders. Post entry to George as Singleton guards. Singleton gets a hand on it, but he's going to get called for the foul. Looked like Ashton got at least some of the ball as George was going up, but he is called for the foul. First team foul against Rockford.
Yeah, Singleton slapped down instead of slapped up there. Refs 9 times out of 10 going to call that, even though looked like Singleton got mostly ball there.
George's first attempt is up and in.
George, just a 50.6% free throw shooter on the season, gets the first one, the friendly roll, to go down, cutting this Regent lead down to 14-10. Second one good as well.
George hits both. Regents up 3. Singleton over to Bodie in the backcourt. Nate Shedd near wing. Guarded by Johnson. Nate waits for the offense to get into motion. Here's Singleton. Over to Emmerich. Emmerich, top of the key to Shedd. Nate, left hand. Drive wasn't there, but the three is as Nate Shedd connects.
And the Regents have come out on fire. A 36% three-point shooting team on the season, but knocking down triple after triple as they build this 6-point lead.
Isaiah Tannett checks in for the Falcons. Here's Tannett in the corner. Alex Antoine in as well. Here's Emmerich with the steal as he takes it on the drive. Right hand pulls up, loses the handle on it, but that allows him to regain his dribble. Here's a cross-court pass to Singleton. Singleton baseline. Back out to Nate Shedd. Shedd, top of the key to Emmerich. Emmerich fakes the pass on the drive, tries to dish it down to Jamar Rivera, but it's going to be Tannett who comes up with the steal. Tannett on the drive now, left hand. Over into the corner to Johnson. Johnson, post entry. Here's Antoine. And a foul called on the Regents.
And the Regents doing a good job early on, preventing too many post touches down low, giving the big men too much time to hang out down in the post and get to work. As we talked about, the Falcons with the size advantage over the Regents, with the Regents forcing turnovers and forcing the Falcons to step out and hit the open shot. Just a 30% three-point shooting team on the season, so you know Coach Riegel will live with letting the Falcons try and take those outside triples.
And it'll be Alex Antoni. Correction on the pronunciation there. I apologize, Alex. And Tony's first shot's up and in.
Antoni, a 61% free throw shooter on the season. An area that the Falcons have struggled a little bit this year is at the free throw line, just a 65.6% free throw shooting team, but making the most of those opportunities early on.
Second attempt, no good. Rebound pulled down by Shed. Regents look to push once again. Shed, Singleton, Bodie, Randy Stajenga now in the ball game as well, along with Vince Eugene for Rockford. Stajenga, pass tipped away and stolen. Lake George on the breakaway. Stajenga thinks about contesting, decides not to. Falcons free throw, layup rather, is good, cutting that Regents lead to 3. Here's Ashton Singleton, jump stop in the lane, floater no good. Rebound pulled down by the Falcons. Here's CUW back the other way. Lake George looks to set up the offense. Gets it to Antoni, top of the key, over to Garrett Hoffman. Hoffman checked in for the Falcons as well. Dribble handoff, Camden Flowers, top of the key, 3, no good. Rebound to Vincent Eugene. Vince out in transition once again. Bounce pass to Singleton. Ashton couldn't handle it cleanly, and now they're going to say Singleton stepped on the baseline. So somewhat of an unforced turnover there as CUW will take back over.
And the Falcons really going to their bench early here tonight as Braden Persinger, yet another Falcon to enter the game. And that is the 11th player to see action for the Falcons here so far, less than 8 minutes into the game. So Coach Cassidy not afraid to really go deep into the bench and try and keep up with this Regent fast break.
Tenet to the corner. Corner 3 for Hoffman's no good. Vincent Eugene pulls down the rebound. Great job by Vince Eugene. Went up and got that one. Stajenga over to Eugene. Eugene, Cavante Shaw. Shot fake, dribble drive. Cavante picks it up. Nate Shed, top of the key. Shed, long 2, no good. Rebound pulled down by the Falcons. 17-14, Regents on top, 12 to play first half. Tenet waits for the offense to set up for the Falcons. Hoffman on the drive as Shed pokes it away. Back to Stinnett. 10 to shoot on the shot clock. Singleton guards. Top of the key to Hoffman. 5 to shoot. Hoffman to the left. Loses control, but a foul called on the Regents, so CUW bailed out on that possession as shot clock will reset to 20.
And Shed picks up his second foul here early on.
Well, the shot clock needs to reset to 20. It hasn't yet. There it is.
And Shed with such a strong performance off the bench for the Regents on Wednesday night, 24 points, but he'll take a seat after picking up an early second foul as Brandon Emmerich re-enters the game.
Here's Stinnett in the corner. Gets the screen from the big man, Antoni. Antoni gets the post entry. Stajenga guarding. Shot up and in.
Tough shot there by the big man, Alex Antoni. Good defense there by Stajenga.
Singleton
You'll live
up
with
ahead
that.
to Eugene. Eugene to Stajenga. He's able to save the pass after it hit off his hands initially as Stajenga now drives, dunks it off to Vince Eugene. Eugene up and under, no good. CUW with the rebound. Good opportunity for the Regents. They're just unable to convert. Stinnett back the other way. Corner, dump off. Here's 13, Persinger. And his shot is no good, but a foul called as CUW will go to the foul line once again.
And that will send Braden Persinger to the free throw line, 50% at the charity stripe on the season.
Joey Zelo getting ready to check back in for CUW. 14 fouls for the Regents, just 1 for the Falcons. Not quite the disparity we saw on Wednesday night.
That would have been tough to match from that Wednesday night matchup against MSOE. But as Persinger knocks down the first free throw, we have a 17-17 ball game midway through the first half.
Regents had 27 free throws attempted against them in the first half on Wednesday night to their 5.
And when you look at a 7-point loss and you really start to evaluate being outscored by 21 points at the free throw line, easy to pinpoint that as one of the main reasons for the final outcome.
There's Eugene. Picks up his dribble, looks for a cut in Cavante Shaw. Pass is deflected. Another Regents turnover. And, talking to Coach Riegel after Wednesday night's affair, some frustration with some timely turnovers late in Wednesday night's game. And after a hot start for the Regents, a handful of turnovers here has started to turn the tide as Antoni's layup attempt is no good. Ashton Singleton the other way. He's got Emmerich in the corner, but he takes it himself. Tough layup, a lot of contact, no call. As Singleton unable to convert in transition. CUW back the other way. Here's Hoffman, picks up the dribble. Top of the key, Stinnett, open 3. He takes it. 3 is well off the mark as rebound down to Cavante Shaw. Shaw to Eugene, to Emmerich. Emmerich waited just a little too long to decide whether he was going to go up or pass that ball back, and it results in another Regents turnover. Here's an open look as Joey Zietlow is able to hit from three, and that is going to cue a Regents timeout. Falcons now on top, 21-17.
And you saw...
It'll be Eugene, Stiganga, Shaw, Emmerich, and Singleton on the floor for Rockford. Jers, Zietlow, Johnson, Perzinger for the Falcons. Vincent Eugene as off the ball foul called. And that one's going to go on Jordan Johnson. Johnson picks up his first. Second team foul against Concordia, Wisconsin. Jamar Rivera getting ready to check back in for the Regents as Randy Stiganga will have a seat.
And we've seen plenty of under-the-basket, out-of-bounds set pieces from Coach Riegel that have led to easy twos. Let's see what he calls here to see if he can do just that once again.
Inbound deep to Vincent Eugene. Took the safety valve there as Eugene sets up the offense. Singleton coming around a screen, sets another one for Vince. Over to Emmerich, near wing. Entry bounce pass, Cavante Shaw. Shaw gets a little separation, shot fake.
Beautiful pump.
Free throw line coming as Shaw is able to draw the and one. Got the defender on his feet, went right around him, drew the contact, and won.
And that might be a matchup that Coach Riegel loves to exploit here moving forward. We can see Cavante Shaw drive it to the basket, use that advantage. We've also seen him hit that step-back jumper, so some different opportunities for him in that one-on-one matchup.
Shaw to complete the three-point play. It's up and in as Keller was called for the foul. Brandon Keller picks up his first. Zietlow brings it up near side. Pass down to Johnson. Johnson back to Perzinger. Here's Keller, top of the key. Over to Johnson. 15 to shoot. CUW, a lot of ball movement. Finally, the entry pass. Shaw on the defense as shots up, no good. Rebound to Keller as CUW will head to the free throw line once again.
Brandon Keller, 7 rebounds per game on the season, someone that the Regents have to find and block out each time there's a shot that goes up. Can't allow those second chance opportunities for the Falcons. And we're seeing a little bit more of the Regents starting to front down in the post. Allowed MSOE to catch it and play behind a little bit too much on Wednesday night. And now, after consulting, the foul will go against number 23, Jamar Rivera. Just his first foul of the evening.
Works in the Regents' favor. Is that, I believe, would that have been Cavante's second? Or do we have the board a little off at the moment? We'll get the foul situation straightened out for you. Keller's first one's up and in.
Keller, just a 43.9% free throw shooter on the year. Knocks down the first.
That would have been, as the second one's no good. Offensive rebound goes to the Falcons. Rivera went on the floor for it, unable to pull it out. Zietlow now on the drive, loses control, offensive foul. Second time we've seen that go against the Falcons as Zietlow loses the dribble and loses control of the body, ends up getting called for the offensive foul, his second.
And you just love a player like Vincent Eugene at just 6 foot, willing to do the dirty work, 11 games with at least 5 rebounds on the season, willing to get down there and scrap with the big men. And his position pays off as another turnover forced against the Falcons.
Entry pass to Rivera. Did his best wide receiver impression, went up to get it. Pass back out to Eugene. Over to Emmerich. Emmerich on the dribble left hand, hands it off to Singleton. Stepped on the baseline. And another unforced turnover against the Regents as Falcons take over. But Tyler, you said it. I don't think anyone would tell you this Regents team is the most talented. They are certainly not the biggest, but they get it done consistently with energy on the defensive side, and I know Coach Riegel prides himself and his team on that style of play. His motto for this team has been toughness wins games, and they've won a lot of close ones in the closing minutes this season. Keller underneath, up and in. CUW up 24-20, 8:15 to play first half. Eugene on the dribble. Looks for Cavante Shaw underneath. Cavante wide open, Jamar Rivera.
The no-look dime to Rivera, who was left all alone for the easy two. And Shaw able to facilitate and cut this Falcon lead to just 2. And a rebound by Shaw, and here come the Regents back the other way. Tries to get it up to Eugene. It's knocked away. Falcons force a turnover, and here they come back on their own little fast break. The alley-oop, no. Vincent Eugene, who else comes away with it? And he hits it to Rivera. Rivera up with the contact and count it. We are headed to the line for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way, and we have ourselves a tie ball game.
Foul number 4, Lake George. That's his first personal foul. 15 foul. Butler shot coming up.
Interesting decision by Jurst trying to throw the oop to Keller on the defensive end. Some miscommunication, mistiming. Ends up turning into Regents' possession the other way, and Rivera with the chance to complete the 3-point play. Jamar's free throw attempt up and in. He's got 9 points now in the contest. Regents back on top by 1, 25-24, 7:40 to play. Keller sets the screen for Jurst. Jurst to Johnson. Johnson right hand as he's going to get called for an offensive foul. 3 offensive fouls against Concordia, Wisconsin, as Johnson wasn't happy about the call, but Tyler, I think that one's about as easy as it gets.
And that's just another example of the hustle plays that the Regents continue to make. You can't teach hustle. It's something you either have or you don't, and Coach Riegel has filled this roster with players that are willing to lay it all out on the line for this basketball team. Another forced turnover. Regents have the ball, looking to extend this 1-point lead.
Camden Flowers checks in for Johnson, so CUW with 16 fouls now. Cavante Shaw, 3, top of the key, no good. Keller pulls down another rebound. Jurst brings it up, pass up ahead. Back to Jurst. To Keller at the top. Keller looks to drive, spin move, right hand, and travel called as Concordia, Wisconsin's bench is not pleased at all with the series of calls here in the last minute or so. Regardless, it's the Regents' ball back the other way. Nate Shedd working. Gets it out to Cavante Shaw. Emmerich sets the screen. Shaw opts not to use it. Pass out to Shedd. Regents have to be careful with those passes at the top. Shedd dumps it off to Rivera, and the post passes from the Regents today have been absolutely outstanding as they've been able to create and find the open man in the paint multiple times here early on.
The Regents continue to break down this Concordia, Wisconsin defense, and then when help side has to come over, the easy dish, the easy 2. It all starts with that penetration, something the Regents have done a great job of, no matter the defense that the Falcons have thrown at them.
Rockford with 5 assists on 8 made shots here in the first half. Cavante Shaw with 3 of the 5. And remember Wednesday night, Cavante with a double-double as he posted 10 points, 10 assists. And Tyler, he really could have had about 15 assists in that ball game as the Regents missed some open looks. There was a pass on the baseline that just wasn't quite handled by a teammate. Cavante Shaw continues.
And Shaw just so creative offensively. It's the no-look passes. It's the collapse and dish. It's the ability to drive to the basket and put defenses in bad situations, really helping to facilitate this offense, not just with his scoring, but with his passing as well.
George gets it into Keller. Keller in the paint, working on Gray. Layup's no good. Lake George with the offensive rebound as he puts it in.
And P.J. Gray with such a great job defensively against the post. Have to prevent those offensive rebounds, though, the easy second chance points.
Cavante pulls it out. Nate Shedd gets bumped, and he'll draw a foul, as both Shedd and Shaw hit the ground hard there. Certainly inadvertent on the part of the Falcons defender. Just an unfortunate way both men tumbled to the ground. But again, Concordia, Wisconsin head coach Sean Cassidy not thrilled with how some of these, I don't want to say ticky-tack, but maybe 50-50 calls have gone against him here.
And it's a situation the other night. We saw some 50-50 calls go against the Regents. It's all about how do you respond to that adversity. The Regents head to the free throw line. Both teams in the bonus the rest of the way through. See if the Regents can extend this lead.
Camden Flowers called for the foul. He'll pick up his first. Shedd at the line, front end of the 1-and-1's up and in.
And Shedd, an 83% free throw shooter on the season. Someone Coach Riegel loves to see step up to the line for the free opportunities and a chance to push this Regent lead to 3 with 6:19 left in the first half.
Shedd hits both as the Regents extend the lead to 3, 29-26. Just over 6 minutes to play first half. It's been a quick first half here at the Seaver Center. Lake George has it, brings it to the top of the key, gets it out to Jurst. Jurst takes the deep 3. It was contested off the front of the rim. Rebound bounces around, finally controlled by Shaw. Vincent Eugene says, let's slow down and set something up. Cavante has PJ Gray come up to the elbow. Brandon Emmerich running across. Eugene still with the ball. Now to Shaw. Shaw to Emmerich on the back cut. Emmerich spin move, but he traveled before he's able to get the shot off.
And you're starting to find some offensive pieces that are really working against this Falcon defense. The backdoor cuts, the penetration and dump off, some things that the Rockford Regents have gotten some easy baskets on. See if Coach Riegel continues to draw those up.
Cavante Shaw guarding Lake George. George, spin move. Vincent Eugene comes over, and Shaw comes up with the steal. Another turnover for the Regents. Nate Shedd in transition gets fouled on his way up.
And Cavante Shaw put that pass on a string, hitting the cutting Shedd. And another fast break. Another opportunity to step to the line for two. And this Regent defense is just so chaotic. So many hands knocking away the basketball, forcing the turnovers, and Shedd back to the line.
Nate hits his third free throw in about 20 seconds. He'll get a chance for another one here. 30-26 Regents, 5:32 to play. Nate's second attempt, up and in.
Such a pretty shot, no doubt, when he steps to the free throw line. And it's been a game of runs here so far in this first half. The Regents pushed their lead to 31-26 with just over 5 to play.
Nice entry pass to Keller as he gets fouled on the way up. Jers playing the role of facilitator there. Nice job on the offensive end by the Falcons as Keller will go to the line again. Vince Eugene picks up his first.
And Eugene, such a selfless teammate there. You have Eugene and Shaw both there. Shaw with one foul already as soon as the whistle blew. Eugene's hand shot up into the air to take credit for the foul.
Keller leading the Falcons in scoring here early as he misses the front end. Keller with 7 points in this one.
Substitution number 24, Anderson Bodie.
Difference in this one, Tyler. Regents 6 for 6 from the stripe as Keller's able to get the second one to go.
And we talked about it. The Falcons not necessarily known as a great free throw shooting team, so as this game continues to get tight, especially as we get into the second half, might play a big role in the final score.
Nate Shedd was looking for Vincent Eugene. Miscommunication there. Eugene cut to the hoop. Shedd thought he was still in the corner as that pass goes out of bounds. Concordia ball. Jers brings it up. Over to George at the top. Keller setting the screen in the post. Now looks for the post feed, but it's going to be George who takes it himself. Spin move, layup with the right hand, no good. And jump ball called. Tyler, I'm going to agree. I think that was probably the right call as Cavante Shaw was able to tie up George on the rebound. Jump ball called. Regents possession on the arrow. Eugene brings it up. Vince Eugene, Brandon Emmerich, Cavante Shaw, Addison Bodie, Nate Shedd in for Rockford. Motion offense here as Emmerich takes a three on the near wing, and that's well off the mark. A rare, I'll call it a bad shot attempt for Brandon Emmerich. He forced that one to be sure and off balance, but active on the defensive end as he swats that one away.
And offensively, it had been a while since Brandon Emmerich was able to get a shot off, so you know the Regents making it a priority to find opportunities for him. Maybe not quite the shot that Coach Riegel was looking for, but in typical Brandon Emmerich fashion, makes up for it on the defensive end, getting his hands on the ball and knocking it out of bounds.
Here's Jers inbounds, gets the bounce pass to Keller. Keller out. Here's a three, top of the key. No good. Emmerich pulls down the rebound. Garrett Hoffman with the missed attempt. Emmerich coming back the other way for Rockford. Over to Shedd on the wing. Shedd's pass to Bodie is stolen. Lake George all by himself as he throws it down.
For Lake George.
Lake George hammers that one as, you know, Tyler mentioned it a few minutes ago. Regents have had some lazy passes at the top of the key extended, and that one tipped away by the Falcons. Is now the CUW bench and traveling fans getting into this one as the Regents bench and Regents fans respond. It's getting loud in the Seaver Center.
And both teams know what's on the line here. This is NACC action at its finest. So much on the line as
Cavante Shaw short two off the rim, up and over the backboard as this one goes back to the Falcons.
And really important here for the Regents to stay calm. Falcons on a little bit of a run here, have a little bit of the momentum after the George hammer. So super important that they buckle down, continue to play tight defense, and not let the Falcons go on a little bit of a run here.
Keller working on Bodie. Keller goes up, off the glass, and good.
15, Brandon Keller.
Tied at 31, 3.5 to play first half. Emmerich brings it up. Top of the key, Keller guards. Vince Eugene, far side wing, back up top to Emmerich. I think George Hammer might be my rap name in the future, by the way, Tyler.
It just felt so natural when I said it. It's a perfect fit.
George Hammer, I like it. Here's Nate Shedd, contested three, off the rim, no good. Rebound to the Falcons. Here's Jers. They have numbers. Jers to George. George lays it up and in. 33-31 CUW. Regents need to break the momentum here. Brandon Emmerich to Nate Shedd. Bodie sets the screen for Shedd. Shedd to Shaw. Cavante underneath. Vincent Eugene wide open. Rockford just like that ties it back to, but let's slow down. Ties it back up at 33 all. Brandon Emmerich doing his best to create another turnover for the Regents. Here's Hoffman, top of the key, tries to take Emmerich on the drive, loses the handle on it. Nate Shedd comes up with the loose ball. Now the Regents have numbers back the other way. Shedd loses it. Emmerich will retain possession for Rockford. They'll slow it down now in the front court. Cavante Shaw on the dribble. He's got room. Up off the glass, no good. George had the rebound, but Vincent Eugene stripped it away. Vince out to Emmerich. Emmerich open three-point after the shot fake, no good. Rebound to the Falcons and a foul called against the Regents as this one's going to go against 13, Nate Shedd.
And a beautiful drive there by Cavante Shaw. That is something the Regents are continuing to look for. Shaw getting to the hoop, facilitating the open man. But we see Rockford a little bit offensively, settling for the three-point shot, trying to stop this Falcon run. And very important that as they continue to move forward, run the offense, they're finding the open man, and that's how the Regents can attack this Falcon defense, because the Falcons are jumping a lot of passes. They're playing a lot of intense defense, pushing it out a little bit.
Here's Karsten at the line for the Falcons. He hits the first, 34-33. CUW leads Rockford, 2:04 to play. 18 fouls apiece. Karsten's second attempt. Little hard off the back of the rim, no good. Falcons continuing to leave points at the free throw line. Emmerich brings it up, front court, guarded by Tannett. Over to Stagenga. Stagenga checked back in for the Regents. Ashton Singleton takes the handoff. Ashton, right-hand drive, kicks it out to Eugene. Eugene to Emmerich, passes up the open look, takes it on the drive. Singleton open in the corner. Ashton hits the open three. The freshman Florida native getting on the scoreboard. As Ashton Singleton knocks down the triple, Regents back on top by 2. Falcons faithful has quieted down considerably. Eugene guards to net. Over to the big man, Antoni. Jers at the top. Gets the screen from George. Jers into the paint. Dribble handoff. Offensive foul called. The fourth offensive foul called against the Falcons here in the first half as Jared Jers picks up his first. You know, Tyler, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention Nate Shedd, I believe, just picked up his third foul for the Regents, so that'll be something to watch as the game goes on with Nate in foul trouble here early. Here's Emmerich, Singleton, short corner, 2. Rattles around and in as Ashton Singleton scoring in 2 consecutive trips for the Regents.
When you swish one like he did on the last possession from 3, you're going to get the shooter's roll the next time down the court. Singleton knocks down the short-range jumper, and the lead is now back to 4 for the Regents with just 45 seconds, a critical final 45 seconds here in the first half.
Jers with the handoff to George. George guarded by Stagenga. Handoff to Jers. Emmerich picks him up. Emmerich with the steal. Brandon Emmerich in transition, dumps it to Vince Eugene, off the glass and in.
Brandon Emmerich doing what Brandon Emmerich does best, forces the turnover, leads the fast break, and Eugene there for the easy kiss off the glass.
Fantastic job by Emmerich not to force that one all by himself. He did have a defender in his way, able to dump it off to Vince Eugene, and Vince says, I'll finish it for you, buddy. Regents on top by 6. 10 seconds to play first half. CUW holding for last shot. Lake George on the drive. Baseline off the glass. No good. Rattled around. Rebound to Antoni as he puts it in for the Falcons basket. And that will do it. A fast-paced first half here at the Seaver Center. And now we have an official down on the floor. Looks to be okay, but a little bit of a scary moment there as one of our NACC